I'm Jason.
And I'm Josh.
Oh boy!
Just
go. Just go.
And make it like the.
Can we just record the outro?
No,
Can we
because
just be done with it?
otherwise we wouldn't have any cold opens. I love you all. Goodbye.
Oh my God.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
And we are back with another episode of Old Guys Playing Games with Josh, Jason, Stuart, and me, Ken. So, sorry about being a little flustered here. I just rolled in from a soccer tournament down in South Carolina, so this might be a little messy, but I figured we had a couple of things to talk about with Call of Duty Season 2. We got some impressions to talk about and some security things that the anti-cheating ricochet that Activision has rolled out. We got some new Warzone stuff. And Stuart's got a little cool little find on the internet when we were talking about arcades. Also, there's some big news about around North Carolina, NC State, and their new arena they're building. And then we got some movies and TV stuff we'd like to talk about near the end. We got Jason saw the Batmobile. The rest of the team has seen Ghostbusters finally, and Season 2 of Space Force. So let's get started.
Wait.
Okay. Let's not get started.
We can't.
Space Force.
Wait, hold on. We can't just jump in without acknowledging and commenting on Ken's weekend of soccer fun. We were all having a blast. Just imagining how pissed off Ken was with this tournament. So, Ken, just because you haven't debriefed with us, just
all right.
Give us the gist.
So,
old guys watching kids not play games,
right? So, so the tournament was down in South Carolina, which is about a 4.5 to 5 hour drive,
the deep south
from where I am, and
cheap gas.
Yeah, gas car. No, it wasn't cheap, unfortunately. We're about $350 up here and in South Carolina as well. But so we drove down Friday night. I tried to get out as early as possible, but we didn't get out early as I wanted to, and I still had to drive in the night. Didn't get there until about 9 p.m. Friday evening. First game was supposed to be 10:30 a.m. on Saturday, which is why we went down Friday night. We get to the field after they already said, "Oh, okay, we're going to make it 11:30 instead." Okay, all right, fine. So we get to the field. And then they tell us, "Oh, the field's closed." It's like John Candy from Vacation staying outside of Wally World.
I'm already exhausted.
Oh, sorry, folks. The park's closed. The moose outside should have told you. But so we're at the field, and they closed the fields. So we wasted all of that time. The next game wasn't until 2 p.m., so we wasted a day of travel. We wasted a night in the hotel, only to stand around and watch each other.
But you have memories, Ken. Okay.
Oh, those memories.
Yes, exactly.
Anyway, we got the game rescheduled till 6 p.m., so it was a late night game, which was full of gnats, and that was fun. And then we had an early game this morning, and then since we lost, we got back in the car and drove back up. So just got off the road, just rolled into the driveway, and strapped on the mic. So thanks for
We're glad you're back. We're glad you're back because we missed you. The squad was not
anything
full.
Jason can do to bring back up your angst and pain and
blood pressure. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He'll take that.
It's therapy. It's regression therapy. So that's cool.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. All right. So, Josh, I want you to start us with Season 2 impressions. Have you seen?
You want me to?
All right, Jason, I want you to start
with.
Do you want him to do actual impressions, or do you want?
No. I want to know what he thinks.
My name is Svetlana, and I have a. No.
So now that we've actually had Season 2, because we haven't had this show since it was actually launched on Valentine's Day, we had a chance to play it. What do you think?
I mean, it's not too much different. Couple new maps that I know Jason loves. One of them,
Gondola,
specifically Gondola, as he pronounces it. I like Grindcore. I like that. You just get in there, you play Gondola, and what's the other one? Casablanca. That's cool. We're having fun with that. But it's not much different. I don't really notice too much.
Stability, though, Josh.
On the
comment on stability, because that's what you were.
Is it really more stable?
Well, that was what we were hoping for.
No, it is It is more stable. We're still having trouble in the lobbies. We've had several occasions where we're just sitting there twiddling our right and left sticks, waiting for the game to come on. But for the most part, I would agree that it's more stable, except for I can go into my rant corner. My controller keeps blowing up all over the place. I got to figure that thing out.
He's going to return it.
But no, I think it happened when I refreshed my Xbox. I think something got screwed up because it started once I did that. So I'll have to figure that out. But that's not. I won't blame that on Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet. Not yet. Right. Soon I will. But I mean, I think overall, and then moving to Warzone, mode is what's it called? Caldera Clash.
Yeah.
It's essentially huge team deathmatch. I mean, it's monotonous. It's okay. It's not. I'd rather play multiplayer or a Rebirth or something like that.
Yeah,
it's fun to just kind of screw around and blow things up with an RPG or whatever. But I don't love that mode. But I mean, overall, it's pretty good. The battle pass is the same. A couple new weapons. It's not It's not. It's underwhelming. I'll say that. It's just a standard, season 2. Here we go.
So you brought up a good point, though. You mentioned that you guys were sitting around in the lobby waiting for the game to start. Basically, it's trying to find a match within a certain ping threshold, and then it increases that ping threshold to try to find the one that's going to give you the best performance. And you find that is taking longer and longer, which means that is probably a server problem on their end, right? That they're just not able to balance it well.
The weird thing is, Ken, it's like, if I'm the host, it seems to resolve.
Every time? Have we figured out that every time you host?
I think pretty much.
Not every time.
I would say 90, 80%. I'm probably 80% maybe. Josh is like 10, maybe.
Is it your ping?
Seriously.
I think it's your
I don't
ping.
think this is like statistical accuracy here. That's just my opinion.
I'm not graphing it, but I'm just sort of saying generally what happens is we get in there and we see
Put it in the AI
up,
machine.
Let's
and
graph
we never even get into a lobby, or we've gotten into a lobby. And for those of you that don't play Call of Duty, it'll say like we're 3 of 105 people, and it never goes above 3, right? So it's weird. So we end up having to go out and go back in and try to see, Jason. He doesn't wait to see who should host. He jumps to the next person. Jason, I swear, if you do that one more time, I'm going to.
Because it's like you're talking to your door.
I've got Italian and Greek in me. I talk with my hands.
No, into the mic, though. Talk with your hands into the mic.
Sorry, let me do it very German. Hold on, like Jason. And then when I he's liking this. Yeah. See, yes, I have a graph. Yeah.
Graph?
But Stu, I think the reason that you can host all the time is because I do think you have the best network of all of us. I think your bandwidth or something, your ping time.
Next to Ken, probably that's true.
Yeah, but I'm also 4 states away. So I don't think that's going to work. So that's the part of the problem that I think when I join on I think we have is that it's trying to find the best way to accommodate both my state and your state and try to find a happy medium. But you know what?
It's been happening. It's been happening with all this weekend when you're not even in the game.
I guess I'd like some sort of debugging tool.
Right? Yeah, it'd be nice.
Get a story on the Kanban board. Let's go.
Oh boy.
Gosh.
But so Josh, once you're in the game.
Please.
And the game launches, and you're just sitting there waiting. Have you seen better stability? So,
just getting into the game is way faster.
Except for Josh,
that's the most important improvement. I would agree with that.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Agree.
So
once you get out of the lobby, it's all good. The only thing I've been having a problem with is my controller barfing in the middle of the game. But I still come in first. So
I agree with the game types. I think just to give my opinion on the same thing that Josh talked about earlier, I think Gondola's fun, or Gondola. Jason loves it. He doesn't stop saying how much he loves it.
Even if I stink, I love it.
I know. And then the other ones are fine. Ship House is back, which is nice. And then Tiny.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Tiny Tactical, sort of what we call Jason anyway. So that's a good one. That's fun. And then I think the Warzone one, I agree. I don't like it. It's not like Rampage or what's the one with the truck, Ken?
Oh yeah,
armored
armored assault.
Yeah, the nice thing about those are
Armored Royale.
You have everybody has a mission, right? You have a mission you got to try to prevent. Now,
Give
the
you a
one
mission.
man now, it's a little bit like I still don't know what we're supposed to do. Like
Ken
halfway through the
does.
game, all of a sudden these
It's team
domination
deathmatch.
spots pop up.
It's team
but halfway through the
deathmatch.
game, these spots pop up. You're supposed to go capture.
It's just to
Jason
add
and I
nonsense.
were living in the other guy's fort.
Hey, guys.
Didn't know what that meant.
Ken sent
Yes.
us the rules in our long thread.
did.
None of us read them, but I saw that you
course
sent
not.
them, Ken.
Yes. I have the links in the show notes. There is
First step is
rules on how to play
acknowledgement.
it. But and I think part of the reason why you don't like it is you probably haven't read the rules to understand what the game is supposed to be.
I always read the rule.
But now, granted, I have not been here all weekend, so I didn't get a chance to enjoy the new maps that you have and the multiplayer.
You played them with us.
Not the new ones, not Gondola and
Really?
Casablanca. I haven't seen those
It's
yet.
Okay, let's
pronounced
hustle so we can go
gondola.
play.
Yeah. I did, however, play Caldera Clash, and I really enjoy it. I love the large scale map. I love the large scale 50 on 50 or whatever it ends up being.
I like that.
I really enjoy that. Now,
Jason and I like
as
getting
far
in
as
planes.
what is the mission and all of that stuff, yes, you're right, Josh. It is a team deathmatch for the most part, but it is not just body count. There are points you can get. There are sometimes they'll throw up in the middle a little bit of a domination where they have two zones that you have to claim, and your team gets more points for that. So I enjoy it because it's not only is it's not just one thing when you're in it. There's a couple of different things that pop up, little events that pop up during the game that change the pace, which I do like.
It's definitely more variety than the whatever it was called in the previous incarnation, but it's still. I just still find myself like, okay, is this over yet? Can we go to?
He called it high school. He called it high school gaming.
Wow.
I called Caldera
that is
Clash.
just-
No, it was teenager. Like
Teenager.
you call multiplayer, Jason. You know? You call multiplayer teenage gaming.
Except Gondola. That's tactical. Strategic.
But I
Right,
wish they would bring back Armored Royale. I mean, I do
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that where you have
that's
an
the
armored
one.
truck and you can drive that around, and that is your zone. You know, that's the only way you can spawn is if that vehicle's still in play. So I wish they bring that back.
Hey, Ken, tell us about cheaters.
So
Cheetahs.
this is new. Ricochet with season 2, Ricochet, which is the anti-cheat software that Activision has deployed for Call of Duty. They've got a number of different things that they've added, but they don't want to give away their cards. They don't want to tell you what they're doing necessarily, because then the cheaters, the companies that make the cheat software, they're going to try to overcome that. So, but they did let us know that there's one thing going on called Damage Shield. This cracks me up. What they're doing is they're identifying cheaters in the game, and this is predominantly happens through the PC players, because that's the easiest way to cheat. You just deploy software on your PC that enables you to overcome some of the restrictions of the game. But this Damage Shield, when they identify a player who is using a cheat, their weapons are automatically become underpowered. So when before, like say they had a sniper rifle and they shoot you in the head, you'd be dead in one shot. Now, if they shoot you, it takes a very small fraction of your health, which enables you to find that player and just walk up to that player while he's shooting you, and you can kill him before you die. And it's absolutely hilarious. And I love that they're doing that, because what they're also trying to do is not only identify the cheaters, but also make it less fun to actually play with those cheats enabled. So
do we
I
get
love
to,
that.
Do we get to take advantage of this at all because we're on Xbox, or no? It
only affects PC players. So if we have it set up to where we can actually play cross-platform via PC players and Xbox players, we should be able to see PC players, and if they are cheating, then they shoot us and we can tell that they're cheating and we can take them out easily.
We have not seen anything yet. So.
I'd love to know what the statistics are on how many times that's actually invoked.
Calm down,
Well,
Josh.
they did mention in the article that they've had a considerable reduction in complaints or cheat alerts or notifications or reports. When people call in or type in to say that people have been cheating, they've seen a significant drop just by deploying Ricochet and some of these anti-cheat software stuff. So that's a plus, because that just ruins the whole experience for everybody.
Agreed. Every time that Josh isn't doing well, it's cheaters. Every
No,
time he's doing well.
please don't.
Not on the map.
Please don't do that. That is not true.
Please don't make fun of the guy that does.
How many
way better
times
than
have I
us.
heard you say it or Stuart? The only one that doesn't
mostly
say
you.
that is Ken.
I just love when Josh is Josh. is like,
I'm always top of the
"Something's not
leaderboard.
right
Why would I be
here."
worried about cheaters?
I'm going to record this. This is Josh. I'm going to record this, guys. I'm going to show this. I'm going to record this. Something
There
says
is
right.
one. There is one recording.
Don't
I
let him
still
hurt
have
you,
to send
Josh.
you guys.
Don't let him hurt you, Josh.
No, I'm not. No, I'm engaging this time. We're being recorded.
That's funny. Hey, Josh, did you get a chance to read that article about the balloons? You had commented and said you thought that was really cool.
I saw that you can ascend up them and jump off them. Yes, which I think is cool.
That's a new thing in Warzone now.
I
They
didn't
have
read
what
that.
they're
That's
calling
cool.
these
So the ones we
redeploy
shot
balloons.
down.
The balloon we
Yes.
shot down, which it looks like a blimp with a long string attached, which we thought was holding it down,
Right.
is actually a way for you to ascend up to the top of the balloon and then parachute off to kind of traverse the land a little easier and faster.
Wow. That's cool.
It's like a jump pad from Zombies, right?
Yep.
Similar.
And they also, there are other games like Fortnite has instituted something like that. PUBG had something that they introduced that was similar to that as well, the towers or something. And it's a really easy and cool way to traverse the map shy of getting a vehicle and driving around. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but skydiving and parachuting, you are going really fast when you're coming down. So you can really get really far with that.
That's cool.
We need to try to, if we ever play Warzone again, we need to try to utilize that a bit more. I saw an article where a guy was using it and he had heard somebody get a care package. He heard it, so he quickly went up the rope, found out where it was, skydived down to him and killed him and took all of his stuff. So I was like, "Oh, that sounds like fun."
The only problem is they get you going up that thing. That'd be, or you would like a
If they
sitting
could
duck.
see, if they see you doing it, you're a little vulnerable when you're going up the ascend rope. But then there was another guy who actually parachuted on top of one, and it gave you a very good place to sit and take some people away.
That's cool. So yeah, I wonder. I don't know if it said it, but it pushes you off as soon as you get to the top, or you have to jump off.
It pushes you off. You don't actually go to the top of the balloon. It goes to the bottom of the balloon, and then you just kind of pop off there.
Got it.
But somebody was skydiving during the very beginning and landed on one of those little blimps and sat up there and was picking people off with a sniper rifle.
Like the palm tree. Get it to the top of the palm tree.
That's right.
And
That's right.
Hush.
Don't tell people about that.
Hush.
Oh, because no one knows. Sorry, I forgot.
Hey,
Nobody
I just-
knows
The
that.
cheetahs. The cheetahs.
I just found an article that is going to be super fun to chat about. It is the best guns, and it's from Charlie Intel, which is like one of our favorite websites. It's the best guns in Call of Duty Vanguard ranked, and it goes from 43rd all the way to first. I'm not going to
Good
waste.
Lord.
What do you think is the top gun in Vanguard? Number one.
Double barrels.
Automaton.
Automaton.
Stu's right.
The automaton.
Stu's right. He's right.
Would have been my
That's
guess as well.
That's my
I
primary
love that.
choice of weapon.
Yeah, I love
I
that.
have not ranked that one. I have not played with that one.
You need to play with it because it's got a really
fantastic
good control of the recoil.
gun.
I gotta see what
It's
that one
very,
looks
very
like.
good.
I don't know if I've tried that.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
It's a
Who
great.
made the
weapon.
automaton?
I think it's automaton.
I think it's automation.
No. I know.
Okay.
It's automaton.
Is it like when
Automaton.
when the British add a letter, you're taking a letter away, but still calling it automation?
Compensator.
I hear the STG is a pretty good one, but I haven't really messed with that one.
Yeah,
that much.
automaton and STG are my two go-tos. That's my primary.
I'm
And,
playing
you
with the
know,
Cooper carbine right now, and I really enjoy it.
That's actually a
That's
good
number
one, too,
4
in
on
a-
the
in a
list.
medium,
Yeah, I like
small
the Cooper. Cooper's nice.
It's not
MP40
good
is
long
number
range
2.
though.
I like
Another
I like
medium
the-
to small.
That's my favorite gun. I like the MG42.
MP40, isn't that that's an SMG, right? That would be
It
good
is
for,
an
like,
SMG.
Small,
That's correct.
small maps.
It is.
That is the one that was made. Well, it's the one that in every war movie they watch the Germans running around with. But ironically enough, they didn't have that many of them. But in the movie Where Eagles Dare, it's the one with the unlimited clip. It's like Warzone; it never runs out the entire movie.
Wasn't it? That was the German equivalent of the Tommy gun, right?
That's correct.
That's
right.
correct.
Although the MP40 is 9mm and the Tommy gun was 45, so
Gotcha.
Puts and takes for both of them, right?
Gotcha.
Much heavier on the American side, but much bigger.
Right. Of course. That's the way we do things in America.
Yeah, but SMGs were always one of those things. I think for military was like, yeah, you got to be up close and personal.
Yeah. Agreed.
Which is why Josh with his dual shotguns is very dangerous. Like an
Secondary-
outlaw
best
riding
secondary
into
weapon.
a downtown. Yes.
Best secondary weapon there is.
What about
Excellent.
the future of Battle Royale? Ken, you found some article about this.
Yeah.
Are we done with Battle Royale, or you think there's a life? Is this
I think
across
it's gonna continue.
all franchises, this concept of a Battle Royale? Is that what this is about?
No, well, it's written by a guy on PC Gamer who was a bit frustrated or spent on the Battle Royale, where you have the gas that's closing in, because there's several games that utilize that. PUBG was the first one that came out with that. Then we had Fortnite, and of course Call of Duty Warzone came out, and it had this zone that keeps this ever shrinking zone that forces players to change their position and try to maintain safety. But he said that it also added a layer where people were just holed up, and he calls it turtling, which is a weird way to put that. But basically just holding up in your safe area and waiting for the zone to move, or waiting for the zone to close in, and waiting for everybody else to kind of kill each other off so that you can make that top 10. And he finds that to be exhausting now, because it's been out for 4 or 5 years now, and that concept, and it's becoming boring for the diehard first-person shooter gamers that like a full-scale. Because you still have multiplayer where you have these confined maps and you play and you kill each other and then there's a winner. But the Battle Royale, it incorporates a much larger map, and I think that is very, very cool portion of that. Like, that's why I like Plunder so much in Warzone, is because you have access to the entire map and you can go anywhere you want and do whatever you need to do. Whereas Battle Royale forces you to be confined within this gas ring, that if you go outside of, you die, and it moves around. So you have to constantly be kind of moving around and change your method of surviving the game. But this guy was talking about a game called Hunt. That's what it's called. See, it was called Hunt.
Yeah, I saw
Showdown. Hunt Showdown. It's a Wild West type game, but it's a full map. You can do whatever you need to do, get plunder, whatever you have to do, and it's still a survival.
There's no
type.
ring. There's no ring.
There's no gas ring. There's nothing that keeps you moving. You can stay where you need to be. You can go out and kill whoever you want to kill. It's more of a sandbox type thing.
I wonder how long those matches take, right? Because for me, that's the best part about the ring, is we know that it's not gonna. We know that it's not going to last, right?
That's a good point. And if you are looking for something that is a shorter match or something, but he was saying that there is a method for the game to end. I'm trying to remember what it is, if it's a timed countdown or whatever. But they do say that the matches can last up to an hour, and which can be too long for some people, right?
Yeah.
I know Jason's attention span is quite low, so for him to
That's
sit
all
there
tactical at that point, right? Like
Right.
finding your spot and holding it, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I enjoy that. That's something I really enjoy. And unfortunately, this game is not necessarily free, so I'm not going to just jump out and buy it and try it, but based on this one article. But I thought it was a really interesting article to take a look and see what other people think about the things that we enjoy about our Call of Duty and such. So,
Yeah,
that could be the future.
what's future though? Like, I feel like this thing is not dying. I feel like it's too ingrained.
Well, not only
this
that
point.
is that the type of players that play that are short attention span players, right? The
Right.
ones that love the ring, and they are by far the largest number of players, and they're going to continue to play this type of game, But that being said, they're also probably the most fickle gamers, and if they're bored with something, they'll be gone.
Yep,
You
that's true.
So
That's true.
well, it'll be interesting to see if things change. But I don't think this one article is going to change the minds of the many. But it is some food for thought and for the developers as well to kind of say, hey, find something different. Let's try to find something innovative. Keep us engaged.
Agreed.
I couldn't even begin to think what's innovative. I'm not that guy. So just throw me in the battle royale or the
Right.
resurgence, and let's go.
All right. So we're going to take
We're
a
losing.
quick.
So
We lost Jason, but I feel like we need to keep going. Just to keep
technical
it.
difficulties. Please.
We probably need to
stand
take a
by.
break.
All right. So I'm going to take a quick break here. And when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about some extreme arcades, some esports, and maybe some movies and TV topics. All right, we're back. So, Stuart, you sent us a link to some extreme arcade stuff. What'd you find?
Yeah, no, it's inspired by your build, Ken, which we're all excited to see come to fruition around you building your own arcade game. And if you look at one of the things when we did the visit the Replay Museum, we looked at the games and it started really rekindling. Do I want one? The problem is one means one as opposed to many. And there's the 1UP arcade machines out there, which are cool. So I was doing little, you guys know I watch a ton of YouTube and have these different channels. And I saw one of the maker channels I saw somebody who is a maker, but he's a big arcade guy. Because there was one of a guy that went visiting an arcade, the Airbnb, I think, Ken, that you talked about. And somehow that then gave me the algorithm to see this. This place is unbelievable. They make these custom arcades. And the mega version is ginormous. It's like 260 pounds and has 15, 18 buttons on it. But it basically you can customize it to however you want. It has a big LCD built into it. They've got a Goonies version. They've got X-Men versions. They've got, your school version. Whatever you want to do, you can basically do it. They're not cheap.
So
how much is a
fully
Goonie?
customized? You can have your own graphics?
I think the top of the line, if you go mega, I think it's somewhere in the 3,000 to 4,000 range.
Let's go see the top
I think
of the
the
line
smaller
one.
ones are obviously cheaper.
I want the Goonies
That's the
one.
mega. Go down to the
Holy
mega.
moly.
There you go.
5,800.
So the mega
5,800.
arcade is 5,300, 5,800 for the 4-player, and it is. You have to watch the video. I think I sent you guys. It's huge, but I mean it's one game to rule them all, right? I mean it's got 50,000 games potentially, so it's pretty crazy. I just thought it was really interesting. It is. I thought you can look at the games. I thought it was interesting to see. I mean, this is the Ferrari of home arcades, right? And you could, and then Ken, I've been watching other people like you who've been building their own consoles, 2-player and 4-player, and there's a lot of great stuff out there. You don't need to go to this extreme, but if you had room for this beast, and it is a beast, you have the ability to have a ton of games as well as extensibility. So I thought it was really cool to see some of the things out there besides the, the ones, the 1UP arcade ones. Yeah. I mean, the 1UP arcade ones are great. They're obviously all licensed individually, and you'd have to have a lot of space to really get, if you wanted the X-Men game, you wanted the Miss Pac-Man, and you have to get, it's one console each, right?
Yeah, so it's a lot. You got to have a pretty big hard drive to store it. So
Yeah.
it's got.
I mean,
it doesn't
it's got
just do
Amiga.
arcade
That's all I
games.
care about right there, man.
Yeah.
It's got Amiga. What?
So it doesn't
done.
just do arcade games; it does some of the old console stuff too. That's
Consoles
really
and
cool.
PC. If you keep scrolling down, it does PCs as well. It's pretty. I mean, Ken, it's very similar to what you're building, obviously in a fraction of the cost.
Right.
But
I'm not spending that money.
The customization of the outside's pretty cool. But I mean, it's got gambling games. It's
Apple
got Laserdisc. It's got a bunch of stuff in there, right? I thought it was cool. And one of those things I didn't know existed until we started going down this rabbit hole of what does arcade mean? Because the problem is, if I buy an arcade game, that'll be cool. The only one that I know will get a lot of use in this house would be Miss Pac-Man.
Right.
Other than that, I'm not sure. Kids are probably too old at this point. So,
yeah, and with my 14-year-old, he's not going to want to play the old stuff that I enjoy. My wife and I will probably find some old games, both old console or old PC games and old arcade games that we would like to play, but the graphics and the gameplay for the kids these days, they're not going to enjoy it.
But I think you can even do like light gun games, like the Duck Hunt and stuff like that. I think you could do almost anything on these things. I mean, I'm looking at the Amiga games here, and it's just. There was an Allo cartoon fun game, which has got to be based on the TV show from the UK. I didn't even know that existed, right? I mean,
Commodore 64. I love that logo. Look at that.
Yeah.
Wheat.
Vic 20.
So, what is the what's the customization story? Can you get your own logos and stuff on this? I'm thinking an OGPG cabinet.
Yes, if you go to there is a custom option where you can basically pick everything, number of what games you plan to play, what buttons you want, what graphics you want, everything.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
That is not
unbelievable.
Not my.
I mean, look at all that.
Ken will build it.
Yeah.
We'll
There's
buy
the
it.
IR light guidance. There's your light guns right there. Cool.
That's awesome.
So I think it's cool.
Stuff,
I don't.
man.
I mean, that may be something I'd look at eventually because that would be. I think I'd probably do a custom console. That'd probably be best. Or I'll wait to see how yours comes out and just steal your design.
So that's Extreme Home Arcades. They're not sponsor at all, but
if you'd like to send us one to review, we are happy and we have this space to do it.
Absolutely, that is a great idea. If you are a listener, and we're going to tag you in our socials, so hopefully you'll listen to it.
Extreme Home Arcades.
We are very excited about this. Yep, excellent.
We are your target audience.
Yes, we are.
Age and income. So hit us up.
That's right. That is right. All right, a quick thing, real quick. I just wanted to mention. I saw an article.
We're also influencers, big time influencers.
Well, some of us
Huge following. We have a huge following. A 5-star rating on Spotify because I just gave us 5 stars.
There you go. Awesome. I just saw this article that NC State, North Carolina State University, received $16 million to build the largest college esports arena in the U.S.
Whoa.
So they're going to get $12 million to build a facility that can handle esports activities, and then another $4 million to build a mobile arena, which basically they will take the tournaments to you, not to the average people, but it will be a mobile tournament type machine. What? I mean, esports, is esports that big that a university is going to be building a $12 million facility?
Big. It's big. I'm just trying to figure out what the university angle is. I mean, our university obviously has a really tight gaming history with EA and the company. I think are we talking about eventually NCAA esports, or are we talking talent?
If there wasn't something in it, they wouldn't have done it. They're not just going to throw that. NC State's not going to throw a ton of money at something
Josh,
that they don't
these
have.
are these are nonprofit institutions. I don't know what you're saying.
Well, it said here that they think that the triangle.
You're right. There's something in this.
They say here that the triangle area, which is basically here in North Carolina, it's Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill. It has potential to be an esport hub. They said that the Raleigh Convention Center hosted the 2021 Halo Championship Series. There was 200 teams, and the 32 best teams competed in a double elimination style bracket for $350,000 total cash prize.
You know the good thing about that, Ken? Those things don't get canceled because of weather.
No, there was over 267,000 streamed for that event. So that's pretty impressive. So maybe this is a business that is an entertainment industry now. You could
see both from Josh, back to what they could do. You could, if you had a business majors around esport management, and just like you have in sports management, and then potentially you could also, be looking at software engineering and other things in order to be part of it. You could see where this could be a forward-moving thing for university in a technology hub like Raleigh-Durham or here in the I-4 corridor to be after, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I just don't know. I'd be curious if we see eventually a NCAA esport divisions. Is there going to be
for sure
NC State versus USF versus UCF Halo?
But they don't need to do that, right? They're already making money at,
They don't.
You know what I mean?
But if you put yourselves in the mind of the consolers, right, or the game companies. If you then do that on campuses, which drums up support, which drums up more people to consoles, right? It's all about selling more of those things, as you said. So, I think from their standpoint, why would they not do it? Right?
Hey, nerds want to wear jerseys too.
Nerds want to wear jerseys,
but there has to be money in it for them. It can't
That's
be
the
like
show
the college
title.
thing.
That's the episode title.
So it looks like there is an education aspect to this too. Looks like the arena will have hands-on learning experiences for the students for computer science and game design, which is it sounds right. Sounds like a good idea.
It's something to watch. Definitely, it's definitely something to watch. I think I remember when they first, when game programming and gaming and managed started coming in, I was like, these were like these side universities or universities in quotes, right? And now they're part of the bigger universities. People go to specific universities for that. And I'm wondering, was that just the canary in the coal mine, sort of what's coming, right? I mean, some of the other, I think it's going to be interesting to see what this means and how other universities would, no offense to NC State, but deeper pockets. Yeah. If they go in hard, right? Whether it's, like the big ones, the Texases of the world or others where they're just huge universities, right?
Well, we also we have a high tech population here. We have a lot of the gaming. Epic is here, and Red Storm and Ubisoft, and they all have offices here.
It's a great point,
as well as others. So Activision has a place here as well. So that maybe this is the right thing to do. Especially to get more money into their pockets as well. But
interesting.
I thought that was really interesting. That just stood out to me when I saw that. So
we were going to talk movies.
Sorry.
So yeah. Why don't I take this one, Ken? So Jason came over last night, and so we live close to each other. And we decided to watch a movie we didn't know we were going to watch. We ended up watching the new. We ended up watching the new Ghostbusters movie, Afterlife. And you guys have heard me rant and rave about movies and writing and other things.
Never.
And
I've never heard that before, ever.
Can't hurt me. I wanted to give justice to what that movie meant. It is by no means an Oscar-winning movie, right? It's a relatively simple writing and simple story, and that's okay. Is because the whole point of movies in general is to entertain us, to take us away and take us to a different spot. And the one thing that I loved about that compared to the disastrous 2016 Ghostbusters movie was this movie respected the fans. You guys have heard me talk about the geeks and the true geeks and the normies, and striking a balance between the two. As you guys have heard me say, I thought Marvel did a good job of those with the first couple phases of the Marvel movies, where they would have those Easter eggs hidden and other things. I will say that I know there's a ton of Easter eggs I haven't, we didn't see the first time I saw it, so I'll watch it again. But respecting the lore, respecting the canon, doing it in a way that is modern for a modern audience, doing it in a way that doesn't have any other message other than family means something, and making new friends and starting a new life, all the stuff they had in there. I will say this: I got to give them kudos. We need more movies like this. Just like the last Spider-Man movie, we need more movies like this. We will get out of our little holes and go see these movies. And I know I didn't see it in the theater, but we'll go out and see these kind of movies.
You did.
The more they
you saw
come
it at
out.
your movie theater.
I did see it in my theater, but I wanted to say how much I enjoyed it and how much it was.
Stu,
it was a story. It was a canon for me that I really liked.
I enjoyed just watching it with you. But it was as Stu said, and I'm not like a story canon guy. I'm not. I just like good movies, and it was just it was an entertaining from start to finish, delightful romp. I loved it.
It was a delightful romp, and it didn't get overly. It didn't try to be anything it wasn't. Right? It's like know your lane. Right? They knew their lane in that movie. It was a mix. As we were watching the movie, it's a mixture between Ghostbusters, Goonies, a little Indiana Jones thrown in for fun, and I think that's cool, right? I mean, I think that was, because it's not everyone's going to get those Goonie references, but we're both like, this is Goonies, right? This is a Goonies.
It hit all the right spots. I mean, that Ghostbusters holds a special place in my heart, and I've said that before. But I went into this movie with really high expectations because I expect a lot from it. I know the story, I know the in and out, and I really wanted this to be the continuation of the story. And I really, really enjoy how they explained the gap between the last movie and this one. And when I say last movie, I'm talking about like Ghostbusters 2.
16 doesn't exist.
Right. So I really enjoyed how they explained that and continued the story along. It was so well done. I mean,
they used the actors from the originals perfectly.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Absolutely.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, for God's sake, that movie's been out for...
You got spoiler. I mean, you can't just
4 months. There. Whatever. Sorry, listener.
Now we got to put spoiler alert on the damn.
On the spoiled. I must say that I got choked up when Harold Ramis's image.
And the way they did it was great, and I thought it was well done. And I mean, okay, I would have been a little freaked out if a light started talking to me or sort of pointing in different directions. Yep. I would have reacted a little differently, maybe than they did, but but that's okay. I mean, I thought it was really good, and I thought, I just thought it was. I mean, to your point, Ken, it was well done. Was an homage. It's an homage, right?
As opposed to the next topic.
Well, we can talk about that. So, Jason, I'll let you talk about it since I know you're a bigger fan.
Spoiler? I don't spoil anything.
No, it's not spoiling. It's just to say.
I have friends in the actual Space Force, so I'll let you guys do this.
I loved season 1.
Yeah.
And that's where I'll leave it. Space Force.
Space Force released this past weekend, right? Friday, I think it was.
Not good.
Oh no! Oh, spoiler! Oh no, that's not great.
It's not a delightful romp.
It's not. Oh, they messed it up. They should have left it at 1, huh?
Yeah,
they should have left it at 1 season.
They tried way too hard, and it just
sucks.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's one less thing I got to watch now.
It could get better, but.
All right. Did you watch the whole thing? The whole season?
No, just 2 episodes.
Oh, you're just too sad. Okay.
Yeah, so it could get better.
But Ken, you asked that question. Did you really think you were going to get I watched the whole season?
Did you? Did you really?
No. All right. Well, that wraps us up for today. I need to get a nap in somehow. And so thank you all you guys for meeting my time constraint today. And thank to the listener for joining in on our delightful romp as it is.
Love our listener.
And we will close today. This is Old Guys Playing Games. I'm Ken.
I'm Stu.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Josh.
Boy. Just go.
And make it
Can we just record the outro?
No, because otherwise we wouldn't have any cold opens. I love you all. Goodbye.
Oh, my God.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.